the past 20 years, anime and manga in the West has exploded in popularity, with whether it's due to friends, co-workers, or the internet. People are always being recommended new series to check out. I know that all of you have at least heard of series like Dragon Ball and Naruto. I, for one, hold series like Berserk and Full Metal Alchemist as some of my favorite fictional works ever created. However, there is one series that I hold to a similar standard, and that is the manga series known as One Piece. There are 3 reasons why I believe that One Piece is one of the greatest manga series ever created. And that is the characters, the world building, and its longevity. So the first thing I want to talk about are the characters. So the characters in One Piece are, whether it's due to their quirks or their memorable designs, they are exceptional. So the characters in One Piece are amazingly written. And a perfect example of this is the main character himself, Monkey D. Luffy. Over the series, we see Luffy grow not only as a character and a person, but as a captain and leader as well. And the perfect example of that is during the Water 7 saga. So during this, Luffy has to deal with Usopp and Robin leaving the crew, and him having to manage that. And an article on CBR talks a bit more about this, saying, this arc really tested how respectful the crew had to be of their captain and how headstrong Luffy needs to be a faithful leader. With Zoro's surprising help, the Straw Hats were weathered through and Luffy came out looking like a stronger captain than ever, unquote. Revealist 2020. However, the characters are not only extremely well written, but they also have very interesting inspirations. Many characters are inspired by actual historical figures. The most obvious example of this being Marshall D. Teach, also known as Blackbeard, who is heavily inspired by, you guessed it, Blackbeard. So the 2 characters are actually very similar in how they act. And an article on AnimeNewsNetwork.com talks a bit more about not only the similarity between these 2 characters, but other characters as well. So, quote, both Oda's Blackbeard and the historical one share an immoral nature, seeing nothing wrong with what they do. Perhaps the closest link between the Blackbeards is a belief in their own superiority and power, unquote, Silverman 2016. This article also talks about other characters and their historical inspirations, such as Jewelry Bonnie being inspired by the female pirate Anne Bonny. The second thing I want to talk about is the world building in One Piece. The world building in One Piece is often highly praised by the fans of the series. And oftentimes what happens in the series is that a concept is introduced but not thoroughly explained for a long time. A perfect example of this is hockey. So, to quote an article on GameRant, hockey is an extremely special power that dwells within all those who live in the One Piece world. However, very few are able to make use of its true potential. To put it simply, hockey is a person's willpower or ambition. Through rigorous training, anyone can utilize this power to strengthen themselves. November 2022. So, the concept of hockey is technically introduced in chapter 1, but it isn't thoroughly explained until the time skip, which isn't until chapter 597. And here we learn of the 3 different types of hockey, being observation hockey, which allows you to sense incoming attacks and other people as well. Armament hockey, which allows you to coat yourself in armor, allowing you to protect yourself and allowing your attacks to be more pungent. And finally, Conqueror's hockey, which only a few people have and allows you to overwhelm people with a weaker spirit. So, not only that is a reason why the world building in One Piece is so highly praised, but also it's great because of the vast geopolitical framework of the world. Within the world of One Piece, you have the corrupt world government and the top pirate crews. And seeing how each character plays into those organizations is exhilarating. And in an article on Crunchyroll talks about how Oda keeps new characters and villains fresh after so long. And the article says, quote, "There is the world government, the Navy, the top pirate crews, and various subsidiary organizations beneath them. Though new threats are introduced all the time, they always fit within this framework and never invalidate the scale as we know it or the threats that they have come before." Creamer 2021. And again, these are the top pirate crews. There's also the Shichibukai, or Seven Warlords, and there is the world government. So seeing how all these characters play into different organizations like these is very interesting. Lastly, I want to talk about the longevity of One Piece. So with One Piece is a very long series, and that's one of the main things it's known for, with chapter 1081 releasing just this weekend. A common criticism with similarly long series is that after a while there is a decrease in quality. A great example of this being the Naruto series, with the most recent iteration being Boruto Next Generations, with the anime adaptation having a 6.07 out of 10, as compared to the original Naruto anime having a 7.98 out of 10, and Naruto Shippuden having an 8.26 out of 10. All of these being on myanimelist.com. Whereas compared to the One Piece anime, albeit having its own problems, still maintaining an 8.69 out of 10, and the manga being the 4th highest ranked manga on the website with a 9.21 out of 10. Upon the release of the 1000th chapter, series creator Eiichiro Oda released a letter to the fans, thanking them for sticking with the series and thanking them for reading. In this letter, Oda goes on to say, "So here we are, ready to dip our toes into the final stages of the story. It's taken us a long time to reach the 1000 chapters. However, it's because I've completed 1000 chapters that you must believe I'll take us to the end. The story and interview will defy expectations. I need it." Oda 2021. So, overall, One Piece is a story that has captured the hearts of many people, whether it's due to the characters, the world building, or its longevity. One Piece is, in mine and many other people's opinions, one of the greatest manga series ever. And I implore all of you that have not given it a try to please do so. I remember that I would always tell myself I would never watch it because it's just too long. However, ever since I have, it's now one of my favorite series ever. So, in conclusion, One Piece is a series that has changed my life for the better. And I know for certain that it will do the same for all of you. Thank you.